Hello, and welcome, my Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers. Welcome to our Timeless Chakra Reading. I'm getting my readings confused. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Pisces Moon, that I am, Mal for short. They are my initials. I am a professional witch, a professional intuitive, the president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998, author of 2 different books with a third one on the way. The first one is called Spell Ingredients. Second one is called Words of Grace. Words of Grace does have a Kindle version available, so I put a link in the description box so you can click it and preview it for free, including the table of contents, which you will see is primarily divided into chakra chapters. For a chakra reading, you might find it helpful. The original version of Words of Grace, though, which needed serious editing down to make it all fit on Kindle, is over on my digital shop on patreon.com/DrawingTheCircle, as well as the only place to find my first book, Spell Ingredients. The third one will be on there eventually. Our digital shop has a lot of cool stuff in it. It's got those ebooks, it's got audios and videos with free previews for the audios and videos, which I think is wonderful. Some of my subscribers actually get those ebooks, audios, and videos automatically in their subscription package, but all of my subscribers get 3 benefits in common. Number 1, they get a daily check-in. I send them an unlisted YouTube live stream link so we can chat with each other pretty much every single day, talking about the day's astrological weather, the magical applications, the spiritual implications, always ending with a little spiritual practice to send us on our way. And it's the best way for me to start the day, considering what I do 24/7, 365. They also get all the extended readings. Excuse me, there's probably going to be a third chakra thing going on in this reading. All the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s here on YouTube. All of my extended readings are timeless and relationship oriented. They also get a significant discount when they book me for a private session. We'll talk about that at the end of the video, and I love it. You can follow for free, you can 7-day free trial, you can shop in the store, so much cool stuff going on. So click the link, check it out, and if you want, come Patreon on Patreon. We're building a lovely community there. Lots of Pisces too, with the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, that you can just call Mal. Hey, my fishy family, my mer people. So good to be finishing up this series. Very happy to be doing so. So let's do some explanation for the new Pisceans and crosswatchers, and we will jump into the divination. Feel free to jump ahead if you like. Hi, new Pisces and cross watchers. We're doing what I call a 5-card draw. 1 card from 5 different decks to get us clues, tips, and hints about our healing, our energy fields, our chakras, and all of that. Let me explain. We are going to be using the Caroline Myss archetype cards for our first card down, talking about the soul power that is up in our 8th chakra, sending down the codes to all the chakras underneath it, so we have the opportunity to no longer delay that which cannot be prevented in our own healing journey, alignment, call it what you will. So we'll get one of those. The next 4 chakras down, the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart, we will be using the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, just one. The internal, yin-ternal, feminine energy, the world behind our eyes that we don't often share with people unless we really want to. So we are using a goddess feminist deck, and one of my favorite decks. I've been reading that longer than any of the rest of them, except maybe for the Mythic Tarot, which we will be looking at the lower 3 chakras, the solar plexus, the sacrum, and the root chakra, looking at ourselves from the outside, like looking at a mirror, possibly us from the inside, looking out at people, places, and things in which we have relationships in the physical world. And because it is a cross-watcher reading, there is often quite a bit of mirroring going on, where it is both outside in and inside out simultaneously, based in Greek mythology, which is my favorite thing on earth. That will take care of the chakras from 8 to root. So then we will get a Whisper of Love from the Whispers of Love Oracle by Angelo Hartfield. I consecrated this deck when I first got it to the higher selves of all involved. So for these readings, it's not just the Pisces and the cross watchers, it's anybody else's higher self that may be involved. world, friends, family, all of that. And we will end with a Matt Kahn healing mantra to help us heal, right? These are healing readings. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, financial, relational, all that in a side of cosmic, mystical fries. Nothing like a mantra to help us on the way. So, there's our explanation. Let's get into the divination. The shift from one to other happens in the still point, so both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will, and I promise I will do my best to help anyone heal. And remember, as one of us heals, we all heal because of quantum unity, right? Where there's only one of us here, Pisces, 12th house, the collective unconscious. So things that we heal within ourselves really do help everyone to have happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives. In happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world. And I think that just about says it. So, it'd be really interesting to see what's going on in the throat chakra here. I'm a wicked freaking empath here. So choices and decisions, willpower in the throat chakra. Let's see what hits the table. Shall we? That's something stuck in my throat. I wonder what it is that we're not saying that we really need to say. Hold on. I don't know why I'm doing that. I'm the only one in this room. So here, let's do it. Ready? Please take a nice deep breath. I think that did it. Here we go. Still point. Pantheonic override. A place for everything. And everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the for the well-being of all. Wow. And with harm to none. As we will it. So let it be done. Beloved pantheons of the divine. One card in clarity. Wow. For us Pisces collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. What is the dominant archetype in our 8th chakra? Maybe the cross watcher as well, to indicate the alchemy from shadow to light, from lead to gold, from pain to peace, shifting us from toxicity to health and fear to love for this timeless chakra reading. Ooh, the Don Juan. That was worth the wait. There are 9 different groups, categories, families, whatever you want to call them, of Jungian archetypes. This is the Don Juan, which is in the wild card. So it really has nothing to do with biological gender, right? It's a power. And this one's about seduction. So written on the card is a shadow attribute and a light attribute. I call this symbolic lead and this symbolic gold, with 3 symbolic atoms from the periodic table of elements in between that cannot be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, surrendered, healed. I just prefer the word alchemized. So catch this. The shadow attribute, using power of romantic attraction for a private agenda. Essentially lying, right? And having this ulterior motive in the background. The gods the gods don't care what we do. They care why we do it. Is it lead or gold? So the gold we're shooting for, spotlighting our positive, seductive qualities. And that is very, I have to say, divine feminine in its way, right? Masculine is electro, feminine is magnetic. So seduction certainly can have a yang component to it, demonstrative action, but it is mostly magnetic, right? So to kind of hold that energy field. Now, I will say, we do have the word romantic on the table here, so maybe this is a romantic read. Not very many of them have come right out and said that it's a romantic read, so let's see what happens. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. Now, this seems to have settled down, so, I'm a Virgo, so I get physical empathy as well as the emotional empathy from my Pisces moon. So let's see what's going on for our third eye crown. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. My goddesses override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. My beloved goddesses, please one card in clarity for us Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross watchers. What's going on? Heart, third eye crown that we need to be aware of to help us to alchemize the Don Juan in this timeless chakra reading. Oh, the Ace of Flames. That would be Ace of Wands. Keyword here, creation. Now that is throat chakra, element of fire. Spit, swallow, or chew. So this is like a desire, like a seed of desire on the inside. It's like, oh, I want that, right? Something in our contract, maybe we've wanted it before, didn't get it, maybe we never wanted it before, ever, right? So it can be very much an inspired desire. It's like, oh, I really, really want that. And certainly that might be something that we are either going to spit out saying, all right, we're doing it, I'm going for it, or we swallow it, go, oh, not now, no, too much going on right now, right? So that swallow, repress to an extent. But then there's chew, right? Chew on it, right? So it's like, I got to feel this out. I got to going back and forth between the third eye and the heart there. So definitely a creative impulse in some way, shape, or form. But what are we creating? And why are we creating it with that Don Juan? All right. Now, again, archetypes, try and say this every reading when I can remember. You can be dealing with an archetype a reason, a season, or for an entire lifetime, or be dealing with somebody who has it a reason, a season, or a lifetime. So if you are not the Don Juan, it's still your lesson, right? It's still your opportunity to heal no matter what they do. Lower three chakras. Please take a nice deep breath. Get my feet right. I'm in Pisces mood. I gotta make sure my tootsies are comfortable. Still point. Oh my God, it's override. The place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none as we will it. So let it be done. My beloved gods, one card in clarity. Please, for us Pisces collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs and our cross watchers, what's going on outside in, inside out, lower three chakra dynamic to assist us in alchemizing the Don Juan in the 8th with the Ace of Flames on the inner for this timeless read. Ooh, 3 of Wands. So a lot of fire for a water sign. This card is about loyalty. So in other words, what it looks like is we've got this desire. We're kind of skipping over the 2 of Flames because here we have we've made the choice, we know what we want, but now are we going to stay the path? Are we willing to wait? Are we willing to be patient? Are we willing to give our focus, our attention, and our willpower, our choices to this situation? Now, loyalty with a Don Juan can be tricky if there is what? A private or a hidden agenda that they are not being truthful about. And, you know, I've been burned so many times by that. You know, I've been very, very trusting most of my life. Well, maybe not most, a good chunk of my younger life. But that's why I really rely on my intuition for this stuff. So I would say absolutely pay attention to your solar plexus chakra, right? Third chakra, solar, fire, right in there, because your solar plexus will tell you when you are about to violate your honor code or a healthy boundary, or maybe we need to set a healthy boundary. Lord knows I do. I am a Virgo. Virgo power across your legs. We're good at boundaries that way. Not quite as good as Capricorns, though. They are ruled by Saturn. That planet's got a ring around it. Talk about a boundary. But certainly a card of loyalty. Like, will we stay the course? 3s are a solid foundation like a tripod. Tripods, that's why I have my camera on a tripod. It will not wibble or wobble or any of that. A 4-legged thing can, right? You know, you stick the matchbook under one leg to like keep the table from shaking. So interesting here. But I will also say 3 of Wands is a good stable foundation from which we can go on into the 4 and the 5 all the way through reaching to the 10. So a very fiery read here, very passionate. I am kind of getting the vibe that this could be romantic and sexual, by the way. So let's ask our higher selves and the higher selves of all involved, shall we? Whisper of love, here we come. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Higher selves override. A place for everything and everything in its place. put all where it belongs in time and space, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, what is the whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration, and insight needed that would be helpful for us Pisces and our cross-watchers to alchemize the Don Juan in the 8th. Ace of Flames on the inner, 3 of Wands on the outer for this timeless chakra reading. Forgiveness. The F word. Now, there are different forms of forgiveness. There is Newtonian forgiveness. Newtonian physics is object and subject and object have no relationship. And so that is, well, be the bigger person, forgive them, and not very much heals, right? It can be very toxic. Even Course in Miracles says that kind of thing is called forgive to destroy, where you may pretend to forgive, but you don't forget. Quantum, however, the quantum forgiveness is understanding that, we all have things that we have to learn in this life, and it is a major part of alchemy. So there really is no healing without forgiveness. So if people are like, and I agree, in the old form of forgiveness, it's toxic AF, right? It's like not great. Nothing really heals. You just replay it over and over and over again. The compassionate response of the universe. I learned from Gary Zukav in his book, Seed of the Soul. So forgiveness, nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. And honey, if this is romantic, I got more stories to tell about romantic disappointments, particularly when someone was being overly seductive. Welcome to my parlor, said the spider to the fly, to get something, right? Get something out of me or from me or whatever, work out whatever they had to work out. So yeah, I've got some emotional baggage on that, but I know every time I heal even a little bit of that, it shifts me into a more loving timeline, right? And forgiveness, there is no happiness without forgiveness. Course in Miracles has been a huge way of me moving away from the forgiveness of my tribes, both sides of my family, because they say they forgive, but have ya, right? Because we are all innocent at our core. We're all immortal spirits that keep incarnating here over and over and over again. And don't worry, you'll see it all in your life review and your croak, because ain't nobody getting away from that one. So this is a very interesting read here. And, I do Path of True Love reads and the True Love Timeline reads here. I do them for clients all the time. And the thing is the romantic ones are the hardest, right? Because they are the least unconditionally loving, right? Friends, family, your aminals, your fur family, that's a little bit easier because we get well, I've known you all this time, we're all doing our best. All right, I forgive. And it's much harder to forgive ourselves when we don't at least practice that with other people. So Marianne Williamson's A Return to Love, Gary Renard's Disappearance of the Universe. There's so many ways into that quantum forgiveness, but I highly recommend A Course in Miracles from the Foundation for Inner Peace. And it does bring inner peace, but it's all an inside job. It even says there is no world, that this world is but a dream we are having, kind of like a nightmare. And spiritual awakening then, you kind of get, has a bit larger implication there, that first we have to awaken within the dream, and then we awaken from the dream. All right. Got our higher selves there. Let's get our last card down with the Matt Kahn healing mantra, a Pisces. If I remember correctly, I would love to meet him someday. Just thank him. He's helped me so much on my path, and you may not even know it. All right, here we go. Last card down. Let's really see what the Ascended Masters have to say about this, because this feels kind of wild. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Ascended Masters override. A place for everything and everything in its place. Put all where it belongs in time and space. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as we will it, so let it be done. Beloved Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity for us Pisces collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, And our cross watchers, what is the perfect and precise healing mantra to assist us in alchemizing our shadow to light, our lead to gold, our pain to peace, shifting us from toxicity to health and fear to love, with the Don Juan in the 8th, Ace of Flames on the inner, 3 of Wands on the outer, practicing forgiveness for this timeless true, almost said true love again, the timeless chakra reading. Soothing impatience. There's nothing to do but wait. Now, wait a minute. Now, look, I've been doing love spells and true love spells for decades. I let them go a while ago, right? Because I get that the people that we are supposed to interact with, particularly romantically, it's scheduled. We can't miss them. But the ego grabs a hold of this spirituality stuff and then uses it as a weapon primarily against ourselves, right? Well, how come it didn't work? I must have done something wrong, right? And that's not true. For me, particularly prayer work, which is my ultimate art form, and spell work and, affirmations and all of that stuff, is to, yes, prepare us, but you can't push the river. I didn't come up with that. That's a Zen cone, right? Yeah, no, I came up with that. Isn't that great? Let's make a t-shirt. You can't push the river. And that everything is in a divine timing. We don't have to like the divine timing at all. In fact, we can actively resist it, and it doesn't make a difference. We all have our moments when we meet and moments when we part, right? That's why even the wedding vows are till death do us part, right? I guess then you're freed from the contract and you come back again and you marry somebody else. I don't know. I do have my Akashic Records library card reactivated, so I try not to abuse that privilege. So let me read this from the Bookie Book. It's the only Bookie Book read in this spread. I call them Bookie Books. Tiny little book. So, soothing impatience. There is nothing to do but wait. And I know I don't like to wait either. When impatience is soothed, each perceivable barrier becomes an opportunity to be more aligned with your soul by slowing down. Now look, I am a hardworking Virgo. I am the president of my own S corporation since 1998. So I can get really, really stressed about that with work, but also waiting by the cell phone for some guy to call isn't exactly the gig either, right? So you move on with your life, you heal yourself, you be the best that you can be. So slowing down actually speeds things up. I know, paradox, not just one doc, a paradox. In the soothing of impatience, you no longer see moments of pause or delay as conspiring against you. My friend Pam would love this read for me. Instead, you realize they are giving you time for inner reflection, where life's deepest meanings can be uncovered even in the most ordinary of circumstances. And I think that absolutely speaks to the psychic weight that we can carry from unforgiven stuff. Now, really, no one can forgive you but you, ultimately, right? Self-forgiveness, like self-love and self-acceptance, that's an inside job. But as Pisceans, again, I'm a Pisces moon, we have the opportunity to delay what cannot be prevented. And I would rather not have to keep reincarnating for this, right? Like, let me go somewhere else. Let's go to Neptune, our home planet, or, well, I'm a Lyran starseed, so whatever. My home planet blew up, essentially. Whoopsie. The mantra is ideal for becoming more grounded, always helpful. Easing frustrations, very helpful, particularly with, you see, but doesn't that make sense? With the Three of Wands, it's like, all right, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to let the seed grow, right? You can't go out and like tug on all the sprouts. I'm a gardener, right? And expect them to grow faster. It doesn't work that way. You can only nurture them in nature. And releasing blame. Oh, talk about forgiveness. Well, why didn't I see it? How could I not have known? Now, look, I will be completely honest with you. There have been times in romantic as well as other forms of relationships where I am being lied to, and I can feel I'm being lied to, but it's like, no, why would they lie about that? That's stupid. That's crazy. Well, they were stupid and crazy. They did it anyway. And so I have learned to forgive myself for not paying attention to my intuition. All chakras have a different voice of intuition. So, it's a language we have to learn within our own selves. So, of course, to say, you know what? Slow down. It's okay. Couldn't have happened any other way. It's part of a hero's journey, right? The hero doesn't get handed everything as they go. They got to work for it. They got to take the journey in and of itself. I like this reading. And with that Don Juan, I would be very, very, very aware. Because when someone's over seductive with me, I'm like, okay, buddy, slow it down. All right, all right. Evil begins when you start treating people as things. Terry Pratchett novels are the best thing in my life. Really taught me everything I needed to know about witchcraft. Right? So to really pay attention into your solar plexus, that you're not doing that. I mean, I have a very seductive part of me, and it's not all about romance and sex, right? But it is magnetic. So it's not so much the what of this, it's the why. So spotlighting our positive seductive qualities is our magnetism. And magnets don't run around looking for things to attract, law of attraction, right? They kind of stay still, they slow down, and they just put out the vibe. And we draw what and it is sort of like a green light to the universe to say, okay, they're ready. They are ready. They're being patient, right? They're being calm. They're keeping their heart open. They're making wise choices, and they're forgiving as best as they can. I think that's what prepares us for some of the most amazing relationships in our lives as we grow and evolve. We attract a higher vibe person, people who are more happy, healthy, wealthy, and wise than, not. Okay? If you are new to my work here on YouTube or elsewhere, we always end these readings with what's called a blessimation. It's a word we came up with the first year on Patreon, and it's just stuck in my head. And though I have no idea what's going to happen when I hit record for the readings in general, I really have no idea what's going to happen in the blessimation, because it is a total surrender of my throat chakra will to the divine to bring through what needs to come through. Channeling, schmanneling, it's all one. Please take a nice deep breath. At least one last time for this reading. Take a nice deep breath. Still point. May we end as we began. Pantheonic override. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine on behalf of us Piscean collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs, and cross-watchers who are watching this video and drawn to this reading. May we be blessed with all that we need to spotlight our positive, seductive qualities, because there is something that we want, but it is just a seed, and yet are we willing to wait? Are we willing to soothe our impatience? Are we willing to forgive? Are we willing to do what is necessary here to really allow our magnetism and our seduction to be something natural rather than contrived? And of course, may we be given all that we need to forgive, because nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. And ultimately, past disappointments allow the ego to unravel so that the soul can be more precedent from lead to gold as we soothe impatience, because it's on its way, whatever it is, and there's nothing to do but wait. And may we be blessed with all that we need to heal, to grow, to learn, to evolve, to be the best that we can be for happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser lives, in happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser ways, for a happier, healthier, wealthier, wiser world for all of us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. And so it is. I forgive you. I forgive me. I forgive us. I forgive we. If you found this reading helpful, please do hit the like button, the thumbs up. It helps other people find the reading. Want more of me here on YouTube? Subscribe, because I'm not stopping. I enjoy this way too much. It's a lovely thing that I can do when I'm not taking clients, taking care of my new kitten with the other two cats and all of that, gardening and everything else that needs to be done as a professional witch. And believe me, it changes from day to day, but it is always work 24/7, 365. And certainly follow along here on YouTube if you want to comment and all of that jazz. But if you want the deeper dive, more magic, more miracles, more mysticism, more Mal, come Patreon on Patreon. Best career move I ever made. Ooh, we've got the digital shop with the ebooks and the audios and the videos. The audio and videos have previews. Anybody can go check those out for free. You can follow us for free. You get 7-day free trial. But my subscribers, once subscribers, get the daily check-ins, which I love. They're one of my favorite things to do. It's not absolutely every single morning because, I'm a working witch. What can I tell you, right? They get all the extended readings, the part 2s to the part 1s. All of them are timeless and relationship based. So maybe you want to watch one of those. The Path of True Loves are huge, right? They're the romantic soulmate reads. They're big. The extended readings are usually over an hour, but there's also the True Love Timeline reads that are sort of mini versions of that. And of course, they get a significant discount when they book me for a private session, a reading, or spiritual counseling. We'll talk about that in a minute. But I do highly recommend Patreon. I know everybody's doing it, like RuPaul's Drag Race queens, like it's just all political people. It's such a wonderful place there because there's no algorithm, right? You sign up for a level, you get all of the content on that level. And that, to me, just sounds fair and equitable, if you ask me. So click the link, check it out, and come Patreon on Patreon. Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you can just call me Mal. And I don't take myself too seriously, and that is really, really important to staying flexible, mutable water, Pisces, in this lifetime. And certainly, if you would like to book me for a private session, I did make a video last year while I was living in Holbrook, Long Island. Had no idea I was going to be moving to Saratoga Springs in New York, where I am now. I mean, we were looking at places, but I didn't think it was going to happen last year. It did. And that video is called Booking Private Sessions with Mal. I made it for the 25th anniversary or 26th anniversary of Drawing the Circle Productions. It's coming up in a couple of weeks. Very excited about that. And in there, I tell you everything that you need to know essentially about booking me, but I have to make a new one because now I'm available at the Magic Moon in Saratoga Springs for readings, private sessions, spiritual counseling. But you just contact them directly. I made another video for it, but I'm going to have to make a new one for all of this because I also have an office downstairs where I have been seeing clients, and it's lovely. But I got to get to know people before I invite them over, right? That's just like healthy boundary there. And plus my kitten Sammy is just really, really fun and crazy. So I don't want to like expose them to him or him to them until he's a little bit older. And certainly the majority of the work that I do is on a video reading, but I do it with a Zoom call, right? So we book the client right beforehand, usually 5 minutes before our scheduled appointment. I send them a Zoom link. They come onto my platform. We record the whole thing. At the end of the reading, I send them a link so they can download it to their devices. They tell me they downloaded it, and then I delete it from the cloud because confidentiality is part of a vow that I took to my gods many, 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 many years ago. So this one knows how to keep it in the vault. I am, after all, a Virgo sun sign. My legs are crossed under the table, by the way, at the moment. And the most important thing I say in that reading, in that booking private sessions with Mal, that video, I've never turned anybody away because of lack of finances. I won't do it. That's not who I am. Where there is a witch, there is a way. Well, I'm a very well-trained witch, so we'll make a way. Even if it's pay it forward to somebody down the line, we have the conversation first. And so that is the hill I will die on. I just don't want to have to reincarnate for being icky. You know what I mean? That's not fun. Certainly, was there anything else in that one that I have to say? Oh, yeah. Click the link, check it out, and book me if you wanna. And a new one will be made soon, but we're gonna keep that one up because it makes my mom laugh, and I've been saying that's the only reason I need. If it makes my mom laugh, it's a good thing, and now she's 15 minutes away instead of 5 miles away, so that's a good thing. So yeah, did I make that go away? I don't even remember. It's a Pisces read. I'm sort of feeling everybody's everything right now, but honestly, I do get sort of a romantic vibe-a-reno on this one, and our impatience is just when our nervous system gets so ramped up and we have all these expectations. So there's nothing to do but wait. I mean, that helps me with technical issues, doing all this digital creation stuff, right? Waiting for an Amazon package to come in, and it's like, right, all right. And I'm from New York. We're so like born with a natural impatience, right? Come on, move already, right? Long Island Expressway at like 5:30 p.m. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So, this is a good thing for our nervous system, and certainly giving us time to chew on this desire that we have and whether or not we want to commit our loyalty, if we are willing to wait at all. And how many times have you heard Three of Wands is waiting for your ships to come in? Well, there's nothing to do but wait. So a really, really great read. I love this, and I love us, and I love my Mer family, my fishy family. So thank you so much for giving me this half hour or so to strut and fret here and get this reading done for us and to finish this series, because once again, I do believe we saved the best for last, so hang in there. I love you. I think you're wonderful. I think we're all wonderful and we're all doing our best. So just keep swimming, 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 swimming. I love you. Hang in there. Heal, hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.